Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Pashas Bhaaloscha in Eretz Yisrael, Pashas Naso in America. I speak about Bhaaloscha and connect it also to Naso, so we got to connect it to both Pashas. There's a beautiful segue in between the two Pashas that allows me to speak about one idea that touches both places, both Eretz Yisrael and in Chutz La'aretz. Pasuk says, Yismach Mivakshei Hashem. Pasuk says, the Yismach, that the heart of those who seek Hashem will rejoice. And that the Pasuk is really extolling the concept of this sense of being Mivaksh. And the Chavetz Chaim says that the main thing that a person has in their avodas Hashem, in the service of God, is this concept of being a Mivaksh, of being somebody who desires to grow, somebody who desires more, desires greatness, who's shooting forward, shooting upwards. Yismach Lev, and it brings a tremendous amount of simcha to the heart of a person who's a Mivaksh Hashem. Chavetz Chaim gives a beautiful mashal. He gives a beautiful example. He says it was a simple fellow who's wanted to marry his daughter, get his daughter married to the son of a Rav. And the boy was an exceptional boy. The girl was an average girl, nothing special. And this guy was a nudnik par excellence. And he was hacking every single day to the Rav that he should let his son go out with his daughter, marry his daughter. She's great, she's amazing, she's wonderful. And hacking. And it's driving the Rav crazy. Finally, the Rav puts an end to it. The son gets engaged to somebody else. And that's sort of the end of the story. At the chasana of this son, the fellow was invited, and he was hanging around the table of the mechutanim, the table of the two fathers. He even pulled his chair up and he sat down with them. Somebody said to the fellow, says, "What are you doing there?" That's where the mechutanim said. He says, "I was almost a mechutan." Right? Person felt, he so much wanted to do it, but the truth is that in this world, almost doesn't count. It doesn't count on our jobs, doesn't count when it comes to many things, comes to winning the lottery. You won one number off, you didn't win. Right? Almost is a great thing, but it doesn't count. But by ruchnius, when it comes to spirituality, almost counts. If we strive, if we're a melem, if we work hard, if we put our efforts into things, even if we don't succeed, if we do the best that we can, if we make an effort and we try, so then that in itself is the success. Yismach Lev Mivakshei Hashem, being a Mivaksh, being somebody who desires, somebody who tries, somebody who puts in effort. Even if the success is not always there, nevertheless, that is considered a win. Last week, or this week in the Parsha in America, we end off with the Chanukas HaNesiim. We end off with the gifts that were given by the Nesiim, gifts that were given by the prophets. This by the heads of the tribes. This week, the Parsha begins, Parshas Bhaaloscha, begins with the lighting of the menorah. And our rabbis asked the question of why are these two Parshas connected to each other? Why are we connecting the Parsha of the gifts of the Nesiim to the Parsha of the lighting of the menorah? And the rabbis say very beautifully, because Aaron, when he saw all the tribes bringing something amazing and beautiful, and he wasn't participating in that, he didn't bring that gift that they brought, so he felt very depressed. God looked at him and said to him, said, no, your thing is greater than theirs. The presumption is, and the way Rashi explains it, and the way Chazal talk about it, is that it's the lighting of the menorah. Your lighting of the menorah is greater than theirs. The only problem with this, that the lighting of the menorah, which is given to Aaron, given to the Kohanim, how is that greater than the gift of the Nesiim? Both of them are connected to the Mikdash, and once the Mikdash was destroyed, one wasn't going to apply, and the other wasn't going to apply. It wasn't necessarily eternal. So there were a lot of answers to this question of how we explain that the gift of Aaron's gift of the lighting of the menorah was greater. It could be talking about the menorah of Hanukkah, which lasted even after the destruction of the temple. There's a lot of ways, but I think there's a very beautiful way of understanding it. That the truth is, what God was saying to him is that look at the amount of pain that you're in. Look at how distressed you are over the fact that you couldn't participate in this gift, that your tribe also didn't bring something amazing to God. And it's bringing you a tremendous amount of pain. That tremendous amount of pain, the fact that it means so much to you, like your life depends on it, what you have is greater than them. Because that desire, that bikush, that's something that's everything. It's greater than anything that they have and that they can do. The fact that you're this way and you have this kind of desire, that's amazing. The Mivakshei says something very beautiful. He says that there was once a judge, and he was a very honored person, very revered in the kingdom, and people were jealous of him. And people were jealous, and they ultimately brought him down. The king believed the Lashon Hara, he believed the gossip about the fellow, and he wanted to kill him. So the guy had to run away. So this judge runs, and he gets to a river, and there's an old schlepper there, an old man who's taking people across the river, and he puts him on his shoulders, and he assumes that this guy is a judge. He knew him, right? He recognized who he was, and he's going to carry the judge across. He figured, this is great. If I ever get a parking ticket, I can get saved by this guy. He just thought it was a good move. He's carrying the guy across, and on the 3/4 of the way across, so the judge is talking to his cab driver, and he says to him that, I hope that Hashem is going to judge me positively and is going to once again make me a judge. So the guy below him, the taxi driver, says, "You're not a judge?" So he says, "No, terrible things happened in the kingdom, and they threw me out of my position, and the king was trying to kill me." And he dumps the guy into the water. So the guy says to this taxi driver, says, "What's going on?" He says, "You were able to take care of me before. What happened?" And why'd you dump me in the water? So he said to him, "Listen, when you get your position back, then I'll take you out of the water." So he says, "But I don't understand. But you were able to carry me 3/4 of the way, and why not just take me all the way?" The guy says to him, "Because when I thought about the honor that I was going to get by carrying the judge across the river, you were very light. You became very easy for me to carry you. I didn't feel your weight. But then when I realized that I'm just carrying a person, there's no favors that are going to come my way. There's no advantage is going to accrue to me because I'm carrying you across. I had no strength." Because, says the Mivakshei, when a person desires something with all of their desire, with all of their power, so then nothing is hard. Nothing's difficult. There's no barrier. There's no blockade. Nothing stands in your way. When a person really wants to do something, so then it becomes a very easy thing to do. No problem. When a person doesn't want to do something, everything is a huge blockade, is a huge barrier. Yismach leiv Mivakshei Hashem. The heart, the whole existence, everything is happy. Everything is on fire. Everything is light. Everything is great. Everything is awesome. Life is easy to bear when you're Mivakshei Hashem. When all you're doing in life is seeking, searching, desiring, wanting, pining away for that connection to Hashem. Everything affords you that responsibility, and everything makes your life easy to fly. Makes everything in the world beautiful and light, and allows you to carry even the heaviest of burdens. We should have a beautiful, wonderful, awesome, amazing Shabbos. And Shabbos should be the lightest, most beautiful thing to carry. Because Yismach leiv Mivakshei Hashem. Because as long as we're Mivakshei Hashem, our hearts and our lives will be lit up and happy. Shabbos.